Good day and welcome to Q Today. I'm Nate Bello, one of your hosts, and I'm filling in for Mitch Vick, who is taking a few days off to be at a store and with his wife. And who are you?
I know it's been a while, but it hasn't been that long, has it, Nate? I'm your other host for the show, Alison Duddy. It's good to be back, Nate. It's feeling like old times, you and I again.
Yes, it is. It's kind of. I'm really happy you're back because
Oh,
I know you were gallivanting around there, and you were out there doing some curling and all that kind of stuff, and I hear you did excellently. I know you did excellent.
The numbers didn't look that great on paper, but we did have some really close games, and a couple of missed shots here and there turned the other way, and we could have been right in the playoffs too. So I don't feel terribly bad. I think we had a good week, actually.
Yeah, it must be really wonderful to go there and be with people that you see every once in a while, and sort of homecoming or what?
I feel like some of these people are family. I've been going to nationals. This was my third year going, and you get to know the people from other teams, and you get to meet people from new teams that make it through their provincial championships. And I can't even describe, I think we were talking about this before we started taping, but it's not very often that I get to go and be in a group of that many people of wheelchairs that, really sort of outnumber the able-bodied people that are around. And it really, it's just an energy that I have a really hard time describing. It's just a fantastic experience to go.
So I understand you brought some pictures and later on in the show?
I did. I brought some pictures, and when we get down into the sports, I'll show you a few, and we'll go from there.
Great. Well, we thank everybody for watching. Don't forget you can watch us at either the weekday edition or the weekend edition. This is the weekday edition starting at Tuesday at 5 p.m. going to Friday at 8 a.m. And then we'll have our weekend edition, which starts at Friday at 5 p.m. and goes to Tuesday at 8 a.m.
And you can also reach us by our new email address, yet again, qtoday@qcatv.ca. And of course, we always like to thank the Caribou Observer for providing some of our stories that we have here on Q Today. And if you would like to become a sponsor of the program, you can contact Nate here at 992-3650.
And I'm very happy because we are getting some nibbles now. There are more and more people that are watching us, and it's really exciting. And our website, we're redoing our website. We're getting qcatv.ca, having that link all figured out a little bit more precisely. So we're progressing.
Well, I was watching QCATV on the weekend, actually catching up, and you guys did a great job while I was away, Mitch and yourself and Ron. So good to see you guys can actually live without me. A little bit heartbreaking, actually.
No, we can't live without you. We're glad you're here. Ron is off for a little while there. He wants to take in the summer, I think, but he'll be back with Ron's rumblings from time to time, and he'll be back anchoring in the fall, if not sooner.
Good. Okay. I'm sure he'll be out golfing. When I was driving by the golf course today, I was noticing it's getting.
Is there some bare spots?
There are some bare spots. There's more than a few bare spots now, actually, so it shouldn't be too long, I don't think.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So first up, Purdan Road Connector, one step closer to reality. This is an old story, but this old story keeps coming back and back again, and it's really great to see the new political people being involved in it. The new mayor of Wells, Robin Sharp, and John Messier of Area C of the Caribou Regional District made a presentation to council, and they talked about the main reasons that we really should be pushing for a Purdan Road Connector. And now, as you may know, that Purdan Road goes from Highway 16 down to Wells from the north. And so that means there would be a circular route instead of having to go into Wells from Quesnel and then back out the same way. So they talked about they wanted council to reiterate the support that we've given them in the past, and they talked about the importance of tourism, the importance of an emergency exit, and the importance of having First Nations consultation. And so the City Council listened to them, and then, as I said, it was good to see some new politicians getting involved. Ed Coleman was particularly supportive. Scott Elliott was saying all positive things, and the council is going to discuss this at at their next regular meeting, because this was this delegation session, the regular meeting is a place where they actually take a vote. So that's Purdan Lake. Maybe
Great.
it will happen one of these days.
You
I hope
never know. It keeps
I
coming
hope
to
it
the
will.
surface every now and then you
Yeah.
don't hear so much, and then it comes back for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think it would be great.
Yeah,
I think it'd be great for
circular
the
road,
area,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. So moving along, the City of Quesnel this week is joining the Canadian Cancer Society National Daffodil Campaign by raising the Canadian Cancer Society flag and proclaiming April as Daffodil Month and April the 27th as Daffodil Day. Spokesperson for the society locally here is Kathy Briggs, and she said, "We've all been touched by cancer," which of course I'm sure everyone out there knows what I'm talking about, and that's why that they're asking British Columbians to join the fight and wear daffodil pins this April. The Cancer Society is encouraging people on Daffodil Day, which as I mentioned is April the 27th, to mark the day by doing something special for someone who's fighting cancer, or to contribute in some way to the fight against this terrible disease. Donations from every pin go towards support services, including programs for individuals seeking cancer information, emotional support, and camps for youth and families. And if you would like a full listing of where to find the daffodil pin in our community here, you can visit their website at www.fightback.ca.
Okay, Alison, let me challenge you to get a pin, and I will get a pin for our next show.
I'll be there with my pin.
Okay, it's a
Sounds
deal.
good.
Okay, the Community Foundation. It's one of the great treasures of Quesnel, and last weekend they had their annual awards dinner where they give their grants out every year, and they gave a lot of grants totaling over $34,000 to 12 different organizations who do good things in our community, and I'm going to let you know which ones they are right now, because all these organizations should be congratulated for, as I said, the great works that they do. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Quesnel got $700 for a binding machine. Bushy Lake Recreation Commission got $2,000 for signage for clay mine trails. Coraloo Secondary got $2,000 for a defibrillator. Gold Pan Home Emergency Response got $3,100 for Lifeline Units upgrade. Island Mountain Arts, $5,000 for musical boot camp, which comes before their festival in August. Parkland Community Association, $2,500 for wheelchair accessible washrooms at Costy's Cove. Palliative Care Society, $2,500 for a life chair for the hospice unit. Quesnel Aquatic Club, $900 for a laptop and stopwatches. SD 28, $5,000 for upgrading of the community track. Lawn Bowling Club got $3,200 to paint the exterior of their building. Pipe and Drums Workshop, $2,550, and that's for a workshop. And lastly, St. John the Divine Anglican Church, $5,000 to upgrade the community hall floor. So as you see, a lot of people do a lot of good things, and now that the foundation has reached that milestone of $1 million, they are able to give more money out every year. And in fact, in addition to the grants that I just mentioned, there will be some scholarships given out this spring, and they will total reach $40,000 to our community this year. Congratulations, Quesnel Community Foundation.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And to see some of the great causes that it goes towards just sort of really puts an emphasis on that.
That's right.
That's
you know,
cool.
it's important. People give to it. One of the things they're trying to do is get people to remember them in their will, and that would help immensely. So that's starting to come too.
Awesome. Well, good story. Thanks, Nate. So the Quesnel Film Club is presenting the last film in their winter series, Carnage, April 5th at 6:30 p.m. at the Carib Theatre. Director Roman Polanski returns with Carnage, a caustic and witty new film that is set in contemporary Brooklyn and centers on two couples who meet to discuss a playground fight between two of their children. As the evening wears on, however, the meeting soon collapses into a storm of anger, recriminations, drunkenness, and violence. Sounds like a good one to me.
Sounds fun.
It does. So
Thursday nights, unfortunately, like sometimes I have to skip the Lions Club meeting, but I won't this year to go to the film club.
yeah, it sounds like an interesting one.
Yeah,
It says here that it's ultimately a dark comedy about losing one's manners in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And apparently it's quite funny at times and quite devastating at times, and lays bare the darker tendencies of human nature.
Right, and
So-
Roman Polanski could know something about that.
Definitely, good
Okay.
point. So tickets are $9 for adults, $7 for seniors, and that comes with a film club membership. And if you would like information on this film or anything else about it, you can phone 250-747-7422 or 250-747-3979, or you can visit the film club's website at www.quinnellfilmclub.ca.
Okay,
More
great.
information on that. So we won't see you there then, Nate?
I'm sorry, I can't make it this time because actually the Lions Club is very important because as you may remember, we did a
Been doing
survey.
the surveys, yes.
And those surveys have now come back. March 31st was the deadline,
Yeah.
and actually we've been tabulating them, and we're going to talk about that at that meeting and where we're going to go.
So did you guys feel like you got a good response
We
back?
did get, and I know we almost got 300 responses back, which is
Wow.
pretty good in a town of 10,000. I
Yeah.
thought that was really good, and I'm going to keep it a secret into which way it's going to go.
But
We're going to talk about it this Thursday, and then another time in April, and then we're going to make a public announcement about the efforts that we want to go toward what the community thinks is positive for us.
Great. We'll
Okay.
be looking forward to that announcement. I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll hear it first here on Q Today, right?
That's right. It's got to. Yes, we're going to have the scoop.
Good.
Okay.
Great.
Breathing just got easier this past year for Alison Schofield. And Alison, here's a picture of Alison with Susan McNeil. Susan, besides being part of the Q Today crew, QMag, she is also the coordinator of Quit Today. And she one day went into McDonald's, where Alison Schofield works as the manager, and helped her to kick the habit. And Alison just got past the 1 year mark, and there they are with their cake or pie or whatever, quiche, and whatever it is, that they're happy. They look very happy, and Susan looks very happy. Alison says that she grew up in an environment where smoking was really accepted. She grew up in a rodeo kind of background, and I'm not saying that everybody that in the rodeo smokes, but Alison attributes the fact that it was accepted and almost expected that you would start smoking when you were growing up. And she knew it wasn't very good for her, and in her family there were problems, but it didn't really hit her until her daughter said to her, "Gee, Mom, you smell funny," and she nicknamed her Smokerson. And so after that, she said, "Hey, I've got to do something." So, Smokerson, you smell funny, and so Susan McNeil, is a nicotine intervention counselor, and she visited her, and now Alison says, "Hey, I feel calmer. My reasoning abilities are more clear. I have more clear reasoning, I should say. I have a more positive attitude toward life." And so my memory's there, and it's I'm going to go buy myself a car with all the money I've saved. So
Wow.
Congratulations to Alison
for
Schofield, and one person more has kicked the habit.
One down.
Yes,
How many
right
more to
on.
go? Good. Great story. So we're moving on into sports now, and we have two local girls, Ava Keys and Sydney Jordan, who won their provincials as part of the Prince George female Bantam Cougars hockey team recently. There's no women's hockey program here in Quesnel, so the two actually traveled to Prince George to play once they hit the Bantam age. Keys has been on the team for 3 years, while Jordan was new to the team, but it was both provincial wins for both of them their first time. So the Cougars dominated the series apparently. They won every game of the tournament, and Keys was definitely a key part of that, scoring goals in 3 of the 5 games. So congratulations to those girls. I know lots of hoopla was made about the boys bantam team, and it was in the paper, and
Right.
I never really heard anything about these two girls until now. So congratulations to them. And I know we've said it a gazillion times on the show, but two more great local athletes coming out of Quesnel.
And
So,
thank you for
nice to see.
thanks for setting it, the record straight there.
bet. Hey,
to have
the
gender
girls are up
equity
there
here.
too.
That's right. Okay, and speaking about girls, local figure skaters return with smiles and medals. Cassandra, Vanessa, Selena, and and Carmen were all featured in the paper in the newspaper this past issue because they had phenomenal success in Burnaby, representing the Quesnel Figure Skating Club at the Super Series. And the article that was written by our news sports reporter, who's Jonas Gagnon, or Gagnon, however you want to pronounce it. You want to put the little French side on it, you can. If not, just Gagnon. Wrote an article which has quotes from the coaches talking about these wonderful young women, and also quotes from the girls themselves, or they are young women. Sorry, not girls. Talking about how they perceived their performance. It was really great to see, and nice pictures in the paper. And Joanne Nadlin, the club's head coach, said each worked hard at practice after practice to see how high they could go. You always get what you put in. So,
So true.
more success.
Very true.
Okay.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Yeah.
So now it's time to take a look at what's happening locally in Quesnel with our community calendar.
Okay, we're back, and Alison, let's hear a little bit more. You got some pictures about how wonderful everything was, and you did excellently. The first two games, it was win-win. Yeah. Yeah,
and then I think the first two games were our peak. Unfortunately, our peak. We peaked very early on in the week.
But Team BC did well.
We, like I say, we finished 3-6, which to look at doesn't look that great. But we had at least 3, and if not 4, of our losses that were really close games. So I felt like we were in those games. We definitely were challenging the competition, and hey, so a little wiki-ticky picked rock here and there, and things happen.
You could have been the leader. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Okay.
I think we did pretty good. I'm pretty happy with our performance curling-wise, and the social part of it is always fantastic. Getting back together with the old friends and meeting new ones as well. Now, I do have a couple of pictures. We're going to put some up on the screen, but these ones here are just ones that I brought in. This is actually Team BC this year, and starting over here furthest from my right is our skip Jerry Ostgarden. And then next to him is our third Frank LaBounty. He's from Prince George. Jerry is actually from Kelowna. Our coach, Karen Watson, is from down south in Vancouver. And this was our second, Ellis Tull. He's fairly new to the wheelchair curling scene, and he's from the island in Nanaimo. This is Corinne Jensen. She was our lead, and also from Nanaimo Curling Center down on the island. So that's my team. And while we've got it up, I'll show you. They took a fantastic group picture of all of the teams
Can't name
that
them
participated. I actually could really quick, but I'm not going to. But most of the provinces are represented by teams at Wheelchair Curling Nationals now, so it's great to see that much involvement.
It was all in Thunder Bay.
It was all in Thunder Bay, yep. And I believe, you know, one of the things for me that I just can't say enough is about the volunteers. This being my third nationals, seeing what it takes and how many volunteers it takes to put this week of curling together for us. I can't thank the volunteers enough. And actually there was one volunteer this week, her name was Carol Allen, and she started out cleaning our rocks in the very first game of the week, and we ended up getting to know her really well. She has family in BC, so she was kind of rooting for us, and I think we're going to put a picture up here of Carol.
Tell us a little story about Carol.
Oh, well, when we first started playing, we were sort of making introductions with the rock cleaners, because you like to know who's out there on your sheet of ice when you're playing. And Carol had introduced herself, and we were kind of talking back and forth. And our third, Frank LeBounty, stepped up to shoot. And just as he was making his delivery, Carol started to say something and then kind of caught herself and did that. And so anyway, she felt horrible that she had distracted our third from, he actually did make that shot anyways, but that she had distracted him. And then we saw her out in the community throughout the week at one of the restaurants, and she would always come over and just chit chat with our team. And we ended up, Corinne and Ellis, who are from the Nanaimo Curling Center in Nanaimo, had brought out some souvenirs, some shirts and things to hand out to people. And so Carol is actually wearing the Nanaimo Curling Center t-shirt in the picture that I brought.
So you had your own groupie.
We had our own BC groupie out in Thunder Bay. Who'd have known?
And you know what? That's why it's so great that we're on qcatv.ca. Because you could email and she could see her picture.
She can see what nice things I had to say about her on Q Today, and see her picture on Q Today. And she could also see me asking the question to embarrass her. So oh, that's great, though. No,
little
it was
stories
fantastic.
like that, hey, make a
the whole week was just a whole bunch of little stories put together that were great. And I do have some more pictures to show you really quickly. The first two, I think, that are going to come up on the screen are of the opening ceremonies. Our team is holding the Manitoba sign, and then Manitoba is holding the BC sign. We were kind of playing around with the organizers, trying to get everything organized, and here we are holding the wrong sign. So those are the first two pictures. And then the third one is still in the opening ceremonies. They had an excellent pipes and drums band lead us through the ceremonies, and so that was really fantastic. And then the next picture is Team Saskatchewan, who actually won the event in a great final against Alberta. And I don't know if I mentioned in any of my emails, but Ontario was the bronze medal winner with a new team, and they played fantastic as well. And then the last picture is just a few of us. Our skip couldn't make it that day because he had to go get some gifts for the wife and the daughter. But it's a few of our team members up at the Terry Fox Memorial. It was the one touristy outing that we got to do that week, because most of the week we were pretty much between the rink and the hotel.
That's a special place. I've been there a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah, I remember bringing our kids there when they were about 10 or 11 years old, and that really
it was just the energy to be there. It really was special for all of our team to have that as at least one thing that we could do in Thunder Bay. So it was great.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
You're going to go off again in the summer?
Yeah, our team is looking at a different team, actually the team that I normally play with. We went to the Cape Cod Summer Spiel last year out on the East Coast, and as far as I know, we're looking at doing that again. We just have to firm up our flights and stuff, and that's in July, so it should be a good one. Yes. And if I can just mention to you, Nate, another, without volunteers, I said this kind of event wouldn't happen, but also without sponsors, these kinds of events wouldn't happen. And if it's all right, I would just like to take a minute and thank the local businesses and people that sponsored me. And they are Integris Credit Union, Regency Chrysler, Super Save Gas, Ultimate Trophies and Engraving, the Quesnel Lions Club, and also a bunch of my friends at the seniors curling league that I play in. They all took up a little collection and donated towards some money towards the team as well. So thank you to all my sponsors, and like I said earlier, we wouldn't be able to do it without you. So.
Great.
There we go.
Great. Okay, we've got our correspondent Charlene Vankoughnett here. She had a really wonderful interview with Tony Goulet of the Métis Society in the last program. And here she is again talking about her own particular work, FASD, fetal alcohol syndrome disorder. Charlene.
Welcome to Let's Talk FASD. I'm here at the Métis Association, actually sitting in their bingo hall. I'm here just to talk a little bit about something that comes up quite a bit, and it's regard to blaming and shaming women. And I think because we are going to be starting advertising the FASD awareness bike ride, which will be in July, and I'm hoping for the 8th. And I'm hoping to get all the bikers again this year to participate, is talk a little bit about the concept of why women may drink during pregnancy. And we have to remember that there should be no blame, and we should be not shaming either, because women may be drinking for all different kinds of reasons, and I think to judge is wrong. And to recognize that until we've walked in their shoes, maybe we should think twice about the reasons why that has happened. So just a little thought about that. But today I would just like to talk a little bit about the bike ride that is coming in July. And I will probably be reminding of the community again that this is going to be happening, and it's an awareness ride. And we usually ride from Hickson into town, and we this year I usually have it around 11, but we're going to be starting at 1 this year and coming in and probably ending either at the Métis Association or the Native Friendship Center. And again, I will have more information on that as the time gets closer. And we will probably have a meet and greet and door prizes, and maybe a short video to educate those who don't understand FASD. Also, we are also going to be putting forward an invitation for families who are struggling with FASD in their homes to participate in a camp. Again, that will be in July, and that is July 6th, 7th, and 8th. And we will be looking for people to take advantage of this camp. There's going to be eligibility for 6 families. And again, that will be out soon to start accepting applications for that as well. So you'll be able to contact myself at the Native Friendship Center at 250-992-8347. And if you're interested to participate in that family camp, and it will be educating you on structure, strategies, build relationships amongst each other, and just have a great time. So again, thank you to listening, and till next time, this is Charlene with Let's Talk FASD.
So thanks for that, Charlene, and that is it for this show. You can reach us by email at qtoday@qcatv.ca to give us feedback or a tip on any news that you think we should be looking into here at Q Today. And also, if you would like to be a sponsor or volunteer, you can contact Nate here at 992-3650, or call the station and leave a message for John McKenzie at 992-8363.
And volunteering means you're actually part of our group, the
That's
inner
right.
circle, QMAG.
So you may end up in one of these seats.
That's right. You might be right here. We've got a lot of other jobs.
Okay, we're trying to get people to come on board, not
okay.
not scare them away.
That's right. Okay, but QMAG produces Q Today, and it's qcatv.ca, and just like Ellen, what's her name? Carol
Allen.
Yeah. You could watch it anywhere, right on your computer, and we want to thank you very much for watching.
You bet. And remember, our purpose here at Q Today is to get a conversation going for Quesnel, by Quesnel.
Bye for now.